Hey guys, I'm Jake Palat, and today I'm going to quickly run through how setting up your foil can affect the way it rides, specifically with your mast placement on the board. So with me here is the Ronix Mod 84 foil board and the Shadow Carbon 1330 speed wing setup that's going on below it. This is my setup of choice. It's a high-end, super responsive, really fun wake foil. I'm really excited about this thing. It's what I've been riding for the last year or so, and I've never felt more comfortable on a foil. Highly recommend checking it out if you haven't. But point of the video is how setting it up can change your experience on the water. So on this Mod 84 board and any foil board that you have out there, you're gonna have a track. The further forward you set your mast, the more responsive it's gonna be under your feet. The further back, the more stable and slower it's gonna react underneath you. This is really a game of fine-tuned adjustments though. So to start off, if you're just learning to foil, I recommend starting with it either all the way back or most of the way back on the board. What that's gonna do is place your back foot in front of the mast, which makes the board just respond much slower underneath you. That's gonna make it less likely to jump out, shoot side to side on you. Because you're moving that pivot point further back on the board, it's gonna respond nice and slow underneath you. It's still tricky. There's no answer to make foiling easy, but the further back it is, the slower it's gonna respond underneath you. So if you're just getting into it, I recommend starting off there. As you get more and more comfortable though, and you want more maneuverability, that's where you'll start to slide it forward. So you can see on this setup here, I have it about halfway on my track, which puts it for me in a very comfortable place that's a mix of maneuverability, but not too much response. Some people that are super comfortable are gonna ride it all the way forward, looking for that maximum snap and response underneath them, especially as you get into airs and stuff like that. Having that response can be really helpful. But generally, you want to make really small steps as you progress the wing forward. So if you've gotten comfortable riding with your mast all the way back on the board, and you're looking now for a little bit more maneuverability and fun and playfulness on the foil, start off by moving it just an inch forward. Maybe an inch and a half, maybe 2 inches, and just slowly creep your way forward on it, and it really will change the experience that you have on the foil. If it gets too responsive underfoot, go ahead and slide it back a little bit, meet in the middle. Tiny changes make a giant difference. So on this setup here, we have numbers listed. There's lines about every centimeter or so that give you like marking points for where your mast is. So you can always get it back to that familiar point. Right now I have mine at 9, which I think is roughly 9 centimeters forward of all the way back. But the point is, keep track of where your mast is and where you like it so that as you change your foil setup, you can always get it back to that comfort point. And as you make the adjustments, keep a mental note of where it was and where you moved it to so that you know how that change affected your foiling experience. It's amazing the difference that tiny adjustments in your mast placement on the board make in how the foil feels underfoot. So whether you're trying to upgrade your foil experience or just figure this thing out, I highly recommend playing with it because it will make a difference for better or worse, and it'll help your understanding of how the foil reacts underneath your feet. Hope you found this breakdown helpful of mast placement. In a nutshell, the further back it is, the less responsive and more stable it will be underfoot. As you move it forward, it's gonna get more and more reactive under your feet, making the foil a lot more playful if your skill level is there and ready for it. If you found this helpful, make sure you subscribe to follow along for more. Thank you for watching. Good luck out there.